When you opened your hand and we shared, all it was receiving, feeling, listening with a different sense. And that's all I was doing. People are thinking, oh, he's sending the healing through the internet. No, I'm not. How can you make infinite more? If you're making infinite more, then you're already not recognizing and being in the infinite to begin with, because you can only make more what is finite. Reconnective healing gives you the gifts, contains the gifts of all known energy healing techniques and beyond, without having to focus or bother with learning a technique, which that by itself frees us.
Welcome to P&P, the Partners in Positivity podcast, where Aisling Burnett and myself, Sarah Harty, warriors of EBP, SBP, DHBs, that's emotionally bulletproof, spiritually bulletproof, divine human beings, aim to wake up and shake up the nation through positivity, humor, and shared wisdom. Today on the Irish and international stage of our P&P podcast, we deliver to you part 2 of a 2-part episode we have with Dr. Eric Pearl. Dr. Eric Pearl is the founder of Reconnective Healing, and if you haven't listened yet, please go back to episode 56 if you want to understand what his technique Reconnective Healing is all about. For now, sit back, relax, there's lots to learn, and enjoy this episode. It is. And we also would love to talk to you about the idea of people who, even like me, I suppose, but I felt like it worked on me, but people who believe in it strongly and then they expect to heal and try really hard to receive the healing sometimes can tend not to heal because of an extreme attachment to it. Can you talk to us about, even with reconnective healing, but life in general, why trying too hard doesn't work sometimes?
Because there's a distinction between being and doing, and it's huge. Remember, I said some of the people who came in knowing it works, it has to work, I believe in it, I've got the books under my pillow, blah, blah, blah. What became the difficulty for some of them was the constriction of attachment. That is the limitation. It has to work. It has to work. Part of what we learn is the freedom of beingness. If you were choosing, for example, to learn reconnective healing, to be a reconnective healing facilitator, you want to facilitate a healing for someone, and already there's a want. And then you know what they want. So there's an attachment. And there's an ego attachment to the desire. When you opened your hand and we shared, all it was receiving, feeling, listening with a different sense. And that's all I was doing. People are thinking, oh, he's sending the healing through the internet. No, I'm not. I'm receiving, and the internet is an illusion. I'm being. You can ask me your question again, because if I'm going to come back to it, I actually forgot the way you worded it, but that's what came out of my mouth.
It was about the idea of attachment and why trying too hard doesn't work sometimes, but you have explained it well in terms of the constriction or the limitation. And I'm picturing the tension in someone's body when they're really wanting something to happen rather than the ease of a body. When you're
That's
allowing...
a difficulty with self-healing too, because we're so determined to get what we want, because we've gotten to a point where we're doing self-healing. And can we let go and go? I will be as thrilled if the healing shows up in the form that I think it should, as if it shows up in another form that I haven't even dreamed of. Can we be as welcoming and as thrilled with that?
Yeah. And what I get from that is that if we're too attached to the way we want the outcome to be, that we're not allowing the infinite to deliver to us what is actually meant to be. Is that right?
Yeah, I won't say that we're not allowing them to, but we're certainly not holding the doors wide open for that to happen. We're certainly not. For example, I used to, up until about 2 years ago, all the training programs, people learning Reconnective Healing, were taught by me or by Jillian and me together. And you could only get so far with it. And a lot of our approaches to healing tends to combine everything. So even when I tried to train some teachers earlier on, I found that everyone wanted to add to this and make it better. And the teachings became diluted because how can you add to what's infinite? How can you make infinite more? If you're making infinite more, then you're already not recognizing and being in the infinite to begin with, because you can only make more what is finite. So that became a challenge, and I had to draw that back in because people were coming back with things added to it, like, waving a feather over your head in clockwise direction, whatever they read somewhere or heard. Now, thank goodness, we have excellent teachers. Our main, our key partner, let's say, is Guglielmo Poli, who's Italian, based out of Switzerland. And he is training the people around the world. So with all the travel restrictions, for example, if you wanted to learn Reconnective Healing, but you had a problem getting into the United States and you wanted someone coming into Ireland, if you go to our website, and I think there's also Reconnective Academy. I think the website is called Reconnective University. Go to our website, go to thereconnection.com, and you'll click onto the programs, but you will see them all around the world with just our key trained people. If you're going to learn Reconnective Healing, do make sure they're on our website, because that's the only way you're not just learning from someone who read the book and decided that they know how to teach it. Even if you take a seminar to learn something, it doesn't mean you know how to teach it. That's another level. So now it's accessible all around the world for us to learn why. What an important time we're in health-wise. And on so many levels, for the planet itself, not just for individuals. And we want to be able to access things from the comfort of our own homes and, not knowing what's going up and down with health rules and everything. It's nice that this is accessible. So Reconnective Healing is facilitated via distance, as you just experienced. Jillian and I do this, and so do our foundational healing practitioners. So you can go on the website and find that. But it's also time to learn. It's time you can start by looking at what's called the portal, which is an online course that Jillian and I teach. So you can have the exercises and feel the energy, light, and information, learn how to work with it, and talk a little about the science and the philosophy as well. And that's level 1 of Reconnective Healing. The level 2 is the live catalyst that the teachers that Guillermo and I have been working with in the United States and Europe and South America and such are learning, and they are available for you to learn. It's time to bring this home to your families. Time to bring this home to your communities. Even if it's just your grandmother or your children. And yet it's so much more. And so Jillian and I are not teaching the Reconnective Healing Level 2 program, the Catalyst. We're not teaching that any longer. We do retreats once in a while, gatherings. That's like a little vacation, with us, where, we'll sample the wines and the foods of the country that we're in, and we'll gather and we'll do interactions and play like that. As a matter of fact, we're doing one in 2022. We're doing one in Tuscany, and we're doing one in Porto, Douro Valley, in Portugal. So we'll be doing 2 there, and we're planning one in the United States too. But there are lots of different ways to interact. But here's the news. If you played with us right now, and we just played in this interaction, you're already receiving. And we know from the science and the studies that the energy, light, and information has transformed already your DNA. It's raising the level of light that your DNA emits, bringing it more coherent. So I really hope everyone who's watching and interacting with your program, I hope you like this change, because there is no going back.
And can I ask you, I suppose, mention in terms of what you receive, energy, light, and information, can I ask why you use those three words? Because you hear people saying frequency or vibration, and is it all under the umbrella term of energy? Or could you give me the distinction for them? Because I don't have a science background, and I'm so intrigued and interested to know, why those three are chosen.
Well, there's a concept of energy, and we've grown up with concepts of everything is energy.
Yeah.
And it is, but energy isn't really fully the umbrella term. It's the umbrella term that we've had here, four-dimensional existing, height, width, depth, and time. But what Reconnective Healing has brought in beyond energy is this infinite spectrum that continues into light and information. That's the part that's new here.
Mm-hmm.
That's different than new. And it's different than old, because it's outside of time. So it's existed before us, will continue to exist after us, hadn't, according to what a lot of the researchers said, studying this, been seen or recognized here in our four-dimensional existence before. So it's new to us, and yet ultimately it's timeless.
Yeah.
That helping?
Mm-hmm.
Did I answer your question, or did I miss part of it?
Very good.
Yeah, I'd just like to ask you, for people that listen to this, or for ourselves going out to tell friends and family, there is a leading edge type of healing available. What would be, if they said, what is it? How does it work? What would be like a 1 or 2 sentence to simply explain what it is that is Reconnective Healing?
What is it? Reconnective Healing gives you the gifts, contains the gifts of all known energy healing techniques and beyond, without having to focus or bother with learning a technique, which that by itself frees us from fear, because it frees us from the fear of, I hope I don't do it right, and I certainly hope I don't do it wrong. So it allows us into that beingness. That is healing. See, healing is freedom. Healing is the freedom of knowing. Knowingness, not knowledge, not facts, because facts change year to year. Yeah. We knew things 100 years ago, 50 years we found out were wrong. 25 years ago we found out some of them are right again, and next year we're going to find out some of them are wrong. But allowing our knowingness to be the jumping off board point, like from a diving board, allowing that knowledge to be the steps that lead us up to the high dive, that let us dive off and release knowledge, and be in a state of knowingness where everything is just clear. It's knowingness. It's who we are. It's our essence. So healing is the beingness, the infinite. It's the return to the before beyond from which we came. You ask for something simple, but when I start with something simple, then there's something else to say. And yet, if you'll notice, none of it are steps or details or facts or figures, because what are these facts and figures? They're a generally agreed upon consensus of opinion on one day that next Thursday will be something else.
Yeah. I met a friend at the weekend. She had an accident last year, fell off her bike and damaged her wrist. And a year later, she's been to, let's say, physiologists, specialists, had MRIs. Now she's in the process of healing. But I met her recently and I asked her, what was one thing of everything that you tried, tested, did that helped you the most in your healing recovery? And she said very simply that movement, energy and touch was the best for her. And what she meant simply was that if she felt an ache or a pain throughout the day when she was in work, she put her right hand over her left wrist, moved it slightly, and it gave her some sense of being nurtured or calm, or it eased the pain basically. But for me, that was kind of like a small insight to movement of energy or using energy to help yourself, you know?
The combination of what we allow ourselves to recognize and what we grew up with believing. And then they start to balance along the way. And it is energy, and it is wonderful, and it's gorgeous. And we can work with it by touch and other ways. There seems to be, for some reason, reconnective healing in its highest releases the need for touch, the thing that says it only works if that.
Mm-hmm.
If you do this, then that will happen. If you do, the ifs are released. Now, I think you came on our IG program, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
The on the Instagram program, a lot of people will come on the show, and we'll just, people say, "What is this? I want to see what this is," and they'll click onto the little volunteering participation interaction box, and we'll call on someone and we'll let them experience it and play with it. And as you know, they come from all backgrounds, all religions, all countries, because reconnective healing is not a religion. It's not of any limitations, and they experience it. And usually, what you tend to witness is that they come on with certain levels of belief or what your friend has experienced and seen, and they leave in more freedom. They tend to release the limitations of the preconceptions. We can't give away enough. Can't give away enough of the things we should do, enough of the things we should believe in. We just give it away, give it away, give it away, give it away. And ultimately, what you'll be left with is the essence that you are. And when you think, but I can't give this away, there'll be nothing left. No, there'll be nothingness left. And nothing and nothingness are hardly one and the same.
I'm not sure I understand the distinction between nothing and nothingness.
Teaching, healing, without technique, conversationally when you talk about it, or to energy healing technique teachers, they get confused and they're afraid because they're afraid they'll be teaching nothing. But what they're actually showing us is the existence of nowhere, no place, no thing. So being in that existence of the infinite, of that nothingness, is really everything without the thing.
Yeah, I've grasped that now, because sometimes I do meditations that put you project you out into space, and I've done some 4D activities, with the glasses, and you can Google Maps and watch a solar eclipse or something like that. But I know what you mean, that the planet is actually nowhere, because we're just in a cosmos somewhere, but nowhere.
That's
something
who we
like
are.
This.
We're no thing. We're no where. This is the is. The we are. The I am. The I am before we follow it with I am what? The box.
Yeah.
I am hungry. I am angry. I am this way. But what if we get rid of all those words? Then what is it? It's the I am. It's the nothingness. That is the everything without the thing. It's tricky. You got to play.
It is tricky.
But if you don't make people think, you're not making a change.
And how?
And yeah, go ahead.
How does this benefit, let's say, or how can this be applied day to day, or when you get to the existence of just being? How is life for you then? Is it completely blissful, or do you continue to use the tools as things happen, or?
Everything is growing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We are joy. But is life completely blissful? I think we have growth, experiences, things to move through.
Mm-hmm.
So ultimately, we are joy, we are peace, we are love, we are being in the broadest sense. But we don't always see that because we are going through this struggle. Or our sister-in-law called us up and said, can you believe that? Okay. What's the weather like today where you are?
Mixed. It was sunshine for a couple of hours, then it was lashing raining.
So right now, is the sky blue or what is the sky?
I'd say it's cloudy.
Okay,
So
so the
grey.
sky's kind of gray. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, guess what? The sky is blue. The sky is always blue. But as clouds pass, it obscures the blue sky.
Mm-hmm.
So, and yet clouds have great value, right? Where's the rain? Where's the earth protection? Otherwise, the earth would just burn.
Mm-hmm.
So, we are peace and love. And yet, our value learnings sometimes come in the obscurations of the gray clouds. I'm not love. I'm so angry at I am this. I am that. I'm not at peace. I'm really hungry and I can't find a thing to eat. I can't find what I'm going to wear tonight, and I'm really worked up. They're obscurations, but the sky is always blue, and you are always peace, joy, love, beingness. You are God. You are the universe. We are energy, light, and information, being. What we experience in this energy, light, and information in what we call the Reconnective Healing sessions, it's the Reconnective Healing experience. Mm-hmm. They are different finite experiences because you go into it, you experience it, it leaves. They're finite experiences of the experience. Of the infinite. They're finite experiences of the infinite. You're infinite, your blue sky, no matter what it looks like out the window.
So would you say the Reconnective Healing helps you see through the clouds that you are the blue sky? Or brings you back there?
It's the knowingness of it. In the Reconnective Healing experience, you just are. Anger is gone. Separation is gone. All the distractions are gone. There's just an existence of you, the existence of you. I don't even use the word existence, but we'll use that for now, of awareness, peace, love, and being. In the Reconnective Healing experience, that is all you know. And so we sort of steep in it like a tea bag and re-steep, and each time we have that experience of it, we bring more of that back into our finite existence here as human beings.
Yeah, it does bring me back to the 1 or 2 sessions I had with Ashleen last year, because it's like the mind constructs of who I am, or all of that, left me for that moment in time. Or it was more than a moment, actually, because I felt that peace, throughout, let's say, the last 15 minutes of the session, or whenever I reached that. But yeah, it was like I felt the essence only, not everything I brought with me up till now that I'd created or experienced, or attached to myself, basically.
Very good. So, without limiting things, Dr. Eric, if you have one piece of wisdom to share, what would it be?
Know that when you're looking for that one special person or thing, you probably want to just be standing in front of your own mirror.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think we'll leave it at that, will we?
My pleasure.
Oh, that was gorgeous. Dr. Eric Pearl, thank you so much for so gracefully accepting our invite to be with us at this moment in time in our podcast. It means the world to us, and I know especially for Ash. And I have really enjoyed reading up on you more over the last couple of days and watching some of your videos, listening to you on other podcasts, and I am so honoured to be sitting across from you on Zoom. And I know we're not separated. I feel your energy, and thank you so much.
It's absolutely my pleasure to be here with the two of you, and I hear you'll be planning an interview with Jillian. It will not be the same interview. Believe me, Jillian is exquisite in the way she will take you places. She will take you places. That's all I can say. She'll take you places.
Thank you.
Then there'll be no places.
Thanks so much, Eric. We're really looking forward to that. And just to recap where people can find you, it's www.thereconnection.com. Yeah.
Right. Thereconnection.com. They can read the book, The Reconnection, Heal Others, Heal Yourself. On the website, they can go to the portal, which is the level 1 course online. The first hour of that is free. They can interact with us and play with the RLC, the Reconnective Life community.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then there is, well, everything will be there.
Perfect.
Everything's there. Okay.
Thanks so much for everything.
Thank you. Absolutely my pleasure.
Congratulations, well done. Pat yourself on the back. You're officially now a partner in positivity with us. If this is your first episode, we're so grateful. If this is your 40th episode, we're equally as grateful for your ears, for your heart, for taking this time out for yourself and committing to your own positive mental health journey. Our intention for this podcast is for you to feel a little bit better afterwards. So we hope you take some time now to check in with yourself. How did you feel before? How do you feel now? And we've definitely done our job if you feel a little bit better, and especially if you want to come back for more next week. If you do want to support us, we actually have a Ko-fi donation page. It's ko-fi.com/partners in positivity. We really value the work that we're doing. We know there's so much positive and negative in the world, and we want to contribute to people feeling their best. So we appreciate all of the donations we've had so far and welcome any more that are on the way. Thank you in advance. Also, if you got something of value from this and you want to share with friends or family to add to this trend of positivity in the world, we would love to be tagged in any posts on social media. You know where to find us. Other than that, guys, have an incredible week ahead, and we look forward to feeding you some more nourishment for that beautiful mind, that beautiful garden of yours next week.